Joining me now is Heather Van Nest here at the Commodity Classic Show in Denver, Colorado. Heather, you're here with John Deere. You work for John Deere. You've been with them for quite some time, but you have an impressive background in agriculture. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so it's exciting. 23 years here with Deere. And before that, 4 years with Syngenta. I grew up on a small farm in northwest Iowa, so corn, soybeans, hogs, and sheep. And it's just been fun to be in agriculture my whole life. And then within Deere, having many different roles, whether it's solution and technology and product development, or working directly with our dealer channel and customers.
I think that's an interesting thing that I want you to touch on a little bit more, is you obviously grew up in the industry, but your role in the industry looks different now. Talk about that and the importance of that.
You know, it's interesting because I can relate from having grown up on the farm operation. Obviously, a lot has changed since, almost 50 years ago as a kid. But it allows me to bring that experience and understand some of the challenges and opportunities in ag, and then have an impact on developing the solutions and the technology and capabilities with our dealer channel to take care of our customers every day.
Yeah, more specifically, talk about your role within Deere. And obviously you've been with them for quite some time, so they treat their employees really well. And I know they are really here for the farmers and the ranchers across the United States. Go into that a little more.
Yeah, so my current role is I lead a team of just over 200 folks throughout U.S. and Canada, and we do everything from marketing and selling our aftermarket. So whether that's the parts, the service, life cycle contracts, everything that a customer needs to maintain, operate, and repair equipment. And then we also have our customer support folks, and we look at them as that last mile between our dealer channel, all of our factories and technology directly to the customer. And that's really important to have that ability to transition between the OEM and directly with the dealer channel and the customers. And I like being part of that.
Most definitely. Switching gears a little bit, who was your influence growing up, obviously on the farm, and then now having the role that you do and more of a corporate side of things? What words of advice and who was influential in making this happen for you?
Yeah, so I would go back to both of my grandmothers. You know, I had one grandmother who was not involved in agriculture, but she was certainly a leader in the organization. She was very involved in women's organizations and volunteer groups in her community. And that certainly drove me to be a leader within different roles in my career. And then my other grandmother was on the farm every day, and no one was closer to taking care of the cattle in my grandparents' operation, or she was always knee deep in all the numbers. You know, she knew the financials. She managed that part of the operation. And her favorite love was also taking care of the farmstead as far as like mowing the lawn. And she was the matriarch of the farm.
We love that. Ladies in leadership in agriculture. One last thing for anyone that's watching this, a lot of our viewers at home, especially part of the FarmHER and RanchHER communities, I know you've spoke on a FarmHER panel in the past, but what words of encouragement or advice could you give young females wanting to serve a role in agriculture, whether that is on the farm or in more of a corporate position?
I think the biggest thing is just to lean into your passion for the business and your passion to lead. I think we need more women who will step up and take that chance. And sometimes it feels uncomfortable. And I coach young women of, the best part is when you're comfortable being uncomfortable and challenge yourself and really and lead and be such a example for all the roles, whether it's on the farm or ranch or in the corporations in any part of the business and everything in between, to be leading. And there's so many opportunities for women in ag.
Well, thank you so much. You heard it here from Heather at the John Deere booth at Commodity Classic. Pull up a seat. You have one at the table if you pull up that chair. And there's so many opportunities for women in agriculture. Thank you again for speaking with us.
Thank you.